guys, Tattoo for You, Richard here, and it is time for an apology and a story time. So the apology is for the story time. So I've been working on my Imperial House Krieger. Ever since I've got kind of sidetracked, I started doing the painting challenge. I've kind of been so focused on the painting part of it, I haven't been doing the story time part. Because it's complicated. It's like Facebook relationships. They're complicated. I have to... The story's been written up, like rough draft form, and then I go back and I write it on a piece of paper, finalize it, but I'll still go off script a little bit on it while I read it to y'all. So I have to do that. I have to transfer everything over, which part 5 is done. That's what this video is, obviously, aptly titled Part 5. The event. So it is done, it is dealt with, and it is recorded, obviously, because you're watching this. I have to do Part 6, which should be the final part. And technically after that, I would play the game. We'll see if that happens. Like, we probably will. Story time into the bat rep. Like, I'll do the story time separate and then have a bat rep probably follow as a separate video right along with it. But that'll come. I'm gonna try not to procrastinate anymore and get these done because they're part of it, and I know people enjoy it. I've seen good responses to them. But anyway, again, like I said, I'm apologizing because it's taken so long to get out. And feel free to go back and check the playlist. I think I've put all of the series in there now. I don't think they're separate because I know one was done under just a Imperial Krieg update, and then I added the story at the end of it. I have a mosquito bite on my cheek right there. But they all should be in the same spot right now. And yeah, so you should be able to watch them in a row if you want to see listen to the story build up anyway. But in doing these story times, in writing them, and I'm no writer. I don't know why I say I am writing them, but I'm not a writer. But I have to write them, and then when I do the voiceovers, I throw one picture in the movie editor, because it won't let you do a voiceover otherwise. Then I do the voiceover. So after I do the voiceover, I have to go back and I'll play the voice and I'll listen to it. And then wherever a certain picture is needed, I will throw a picture up in there of stuff I've already drawn for the Griffins, the Krieger deal. Or if I don't have something that fits good, or I come up with an idea, it's like, oh, this picture would look good, I'll throw a sketch together real quick. Like I did in the last one, that if you watched it, like the gavel down when he's putting the hammer down. That was something I quick sketched up. The guy choking on the water. Sorry, I had a hair in my mouth. That was a quick sketch. So I have to do that along with the video too. So that kind of... there's a lot to do in making this one little short video. So anyway, I'm going to get better at it, I promise. I want to start doing more story times because I have... I create fluff for any army I do. My Necron fluff is super weak. I have like the name of the Necrons, and that's about it. I don't have their backstory, only because I don't know a lot about Necron fluff, period. So I'm watching Idic Beer's stuff. He has his Necron fluff coming out, which is really cool, so that helps me a little bit. So I'm going to eventually probably do a little short story time, 1 or 2 episodes for my Necrons. My Orcs will have a story time. I'm hoping to do a lot more with my Orcs, because I'd use voice editor on that one, where I'll change the sounds of my voice, because he's like Little Squee. He's a super cool, and I found the perfect model for him too. When I can afford it, I'll pick it up from Chromlech. It's a really cool looking grot model. But anyway, I'm letting this part ramble on, and I'm not even getting into the other thing. But like I said, I'll have tons of story times for each individual force I have, and ones I do come out with. There'll be even one for the Tyranids eventually. The Tau is my biggest army, and that is my main focus army. So it's going to have a big story time. And I want to do it epic and outright, and have battle reps in between the story times and stuff too. But again, that's down the line when I'm ready to start them. Right now is Krieger, and we're going to finish it, and we're going to do it, and we're going to go into it right now, and I'm going to stop rambling. Love you guys. Enjoy the show. Keep rocking that nerd life.
Part 5, the event. Though the millennia saw many changes, a great emperor rise and fall, a galaxy in turmoil, wars raged at every corner and every angle, alien races rising to expand their empire, while the Imperium of Man pushed back, while still dealing with chaos and traitors amongst their own. Exports of mother's milk continued to flow. High Lords of Krieger came and went. All the while, due to its importance and need, Griffin was left untouched, and even well stocked by the Imperium. Knights of Krieg fought in many battles, even creating a bond with the Space Wolves Legion during the Heresy, when they were dispatched alongside the Wolf Brothers to erase one of the 20. But those records, long lost and destroyed, mostly to ensure the safety of Griffin as well. 200 years before the present time, during a dark night, the sky was lit up a bright and brilliant blue. A chill fell across Griffin, a cold that only the long-gone elders knew of. 400 miles outside the wall was the point of impact. The quakes shook the surface of the planet. Even the keep was seen to rock. A security force of 5 troops, 1 Domitar automaton, and 2 research aides were sent to the site. No one knows what happened, but 1 researcher, 2 troops, and a smoldering data recorder from the automaton were all that returned. The video feed from the Domitar showed a brilliant green light, an explosion. The men said it all happened so fast. They grabbed the bits of the automaton and the meteorite and fled. The meteorite was the size of a toddler, and it was in a hole that was surrounded by what would know as ice and snow. The cold rock was taken to the science labs in Soraya to be studied, but in a matter of weeks, it was never seen from again. Records were lost, deleted, disappeared. From that moment on, corruption and disappearances throughout the Oasis cities began to rise. After the impact, during what was known as the Day of Renewal, the day of the great rainfall over Orphan Rock, celebration and festivals had begun, and as people watched their monitors in anticipation of the lifeblood of Griffin, it never came. Days turned into weeks, turned into months and years, and the rain never fell again. As time passed, the tapped wells dried up. The Oasis councils put pressure on the current High Lord, Robert Krieger Sessions, the eldest ancestor of Otto Krieger. The anger and fear forced Lord Sessions to open the main pump station at Orphan Rock and other stations around. With the rain ceasing and the stockpiles of water being put in reserve, the flows of mother milk slowed, causing tensions with several High Lords on Terra and other prominent worlds in the Imperium. Mother's milk in its pure form was highly addictive, and without it, the healing and life-giving properties ceased. Rumors of a synthetic version were around, but the pure milk was too valuable. The inhabitants of Griffin began to worry. Grim times were ahead. The High Lord knew of this. What will Griffin Prime do as the awakening draws near? End part 5.